In this video, I am doing a review on a far infrared Amethyst crystal mat. It's by the same brand as my LED panel, Hooga. So I've been using it since July 8th, I guess. Today is like December 10, 2022. Yeah, so I feel like it's a good amount of time for me to give an honest review on it. So I actually moved out on July 5th, like I mentioned. So since the day I moved out, I've been sleeping like around 9:30. I was for sure like knocked out like at 9:45. The first 2 nights I've been here. The third night, that's when I started using the mat, and I was falling asleep really early, like before 10. And I was like, I don't think it's the mat. I think it's just because I'm not in that old place where I am. So I ended up getting off the mat. I got off the mat like for 3 days, and I noticed that I started sleeping like at 10, 10:30. I think 11. So I was like, I think it is a mat. So I got on the mat again, and I started sleeping again early, like at 9:30, 9:45. Before 10, I was knocked out. So I was like, let me get off the mat. I got off the mat like for a week and a half, and yeah, I started noticing I was sleeping later and later and later. I think like the latest was 1 a.m. So I was like, yeah, it is the mat. So I got off the mat. So I sleep on the mat all night long, every day. I usually put like around 42, 43. 42, 43. Usually when I get my menstrual cycles, I do put it to 50 or 60. So I sleep on that all night. It's waterproof, so it's safe. If you put it like the highest, the temperature does start dropping. I've never been diagnosed with insomnia, but it's pretty obvious I had insomnia. It was very difficult for me to fall asleep. I tried putting like an eye mask to fall asleep, that didn't work. I tried melatonin, that didn't work. I tried drinking teas, that didn't work. It would help me to feel even more tired, but I was constantly like getting up like around 2, 3 a.m. to use the restroom. Even though if I would drink it like 4 to 5 hours before I would go to bed, I was still constantly getting up to use the restroom. I think it's because I was afraid that my mom will walk out, because the past, so in 2021 and 2020, my mom would like walk out like at 5 or 4:30 a.m. I don't know, because my dad would wake me up like at 5 a.m. and we had to like go out and look for her. Thank God we always found her. So I guess in my mind, subconsciously, I was afraid that she was gonna walk out, because for some reason we had like the most loudest neighbors who were constantly making so much noise that wouldn't help me even to fall asleep. So that used to make me even more anxious at nighttime, to the anxiety or the stress that I was getting during the day. So that wasn't helping at all. So I ended up getting an LED panel to help me fall asleep, but like I mentioned, I didn't have privacy to use it. But whenever I was going to Modern Century, where I was doing my LED sessions, my saunas, etc., using the biomat, I noticed that I was falling asleep much earlier, but like I wasn't going there constantly like every month, because it was just, I was getting annoyed by the commute and stuff like that. So I just took breaks like every month. No, every 2 months I was taking a break. So I wasn't able to use my LED panel. I ended up getting my Amethyst crystal mat because it was on sale because of July 4th, and I got it for $300. So if you're able to get yourself $300 that mat, get it. I do recommend it. It does work. That's my honest opinion. And if you can't afford like Amethyst crystal mat because it's too high, also what works, my honest opinion, is get yourself a diffuser. Use basil essential oil. Basil essential oil is amazing for depression, stress, anxiety, to relax the body. My gosh, I can say that it works. I diffuse that like an hour before I go to bed. It helps me to calm down so much. I actually thought it wasn't working, so what I did is that I actually started diffusing that whenever I was doing my LED sessions. And I was like, I was starting to fall asleep. Like I started feeling sleepy, but I was like, why am I sleeping? I just woke up like half an hour ago. So I was like, let me not use my diffuser with my LED session. So I just stopped. So I was like, yeah, it is the essential oil. So I usually just put like 2 to 3 drops. That's perfectly fine. So the brand is doTERRA. I honestly think it's like the best brand out there, since it could be also taken internally. So whatever you put like on your skin always penetrates. It always penetrates. So if you want to like say what's like the best brand, if it says externally and internally, you know it's much safer than the brand that just says externally. Do not take it internally. So if it's both, you know it's a better brand than the other brands. So that's about it. Yeah, so those are two things that I do recommend for insomnia, sleep trouble. I could honestly say it works because I've been suffering for this for the past 3 years, and it's a very bad thing to go through, honestly. It's a very bad thing. I don't wish it on anyone. I don't wish it on my enemy because it's really bad at being able to fall asleep. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient. Hopefully I just could upload videos constantly as I want to. Have a good one. Have a good day. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend. And thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye.